Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to our GBHL YouTube video. Here we go, GBHL Damien.
And Steve.
Steve, woo! And we are carrying on with the Fellowship of the Ring campaign. And we've got to Amon-Hen.
Excited.
You excited?
I'm very excited after the last one, yeah.
Yeah? It is absolutely my favourite part of the Fellowship of the Ring, Amon-Hen.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And some of you will be familiar with our two-part Amon-Hen bat rep that you've already seen, which was a lot of fun, but this is going to be a different version of it because we are using the Fellowship of the Ring journey book. So this is the first in 3 Amon-Hen scenarios. And the first one is called Aragorn Stand. Going into this, everyone is back to full health because they've been at Lothlorien, they've chilled out, they've had a little look in the sink and seen what's kind of going on, and they are now back to their full stats.
Had a lot of green food.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the way of the elves. Yeah. And so in this, the good participants are Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli and Frodo. It's essentially the bit, it's just after, what are their names, the characters in it, you know, the little guy. Frodo and Aragorn have their chat at the seeing sea, and Aragorn lets him go. That's the bit we're about to start playing at. So Frodo is trying to leg it off the board while Aragorn tries to survive. And Gimli and Legolas are going to come to their aid. So, we'll show you the board in a minute. And basically, all that the good side have to do, Frodo has to get off the bottom board edge. So it's about, all told, it's about 41 inches to cover, which shouldn't take you long with a 4-inch movement.
10 turns?
Yeah.
11 turns?
11 turns,
yeah.
Assuming he meets no orcs.
Yeah.
He might meet some orcs.
Possibly.
And all the evil side has to do is kill Frodo or Aragorn. It's that simple. So yeah, and there's only 2 special rules. The first one is to the rescue, which is Legolas and Gimli are hurrying to Aragorn's side, and they can turn up. So at the end of a good movement phase after the 3rd turn, you can roll a dice and you add the turn number.
Yeah.
And if the total is 10 or more, Legolas and Gimli arrive. Yeah. So obviously, the longer the game goes on, the more likely they are to arrive. And they can move on to anywhere on the board from a table edge of his choice. But they must appear at the same table edge.
Spot, yeah.
Yep. And the other special rule is the fight in Uruk-hai, which is at the end of each evil move phase, the evil player moves any Uruk-hai, not including heroes that have been previously slain, back onto the board on the roll of a 4+. So you've got a kind of unstoppable horde, but you need to get that 4+ to get them on. Yeah. And the evil force is 18 Uruks, Lurtz, and an Uruk-hai captain. So there we go. And you're going to be the first shot again?
Yeah.
Rate your chances?
Once the other 2 come on, yeah. But depending.
And also, of course, because it's a campaign, as much as you've got all your stuff now, you've got to see yourself through another 2 scenarios.
Got to be as careful as possible.
Yeah. So, although actually, these guys only need to get through 1 more scenario, because the next scenario is just Boromir and the Hobbits. Oh, yeah. You've got to get them through this one and 1 more.
But will their stats carry on?
To the 2 towers? We don't know.
Okay.
The first scenario of the 2 towers is called Let's Hunt Some Orc, and they all start on 1 because they're knackered. So we think they'll probably do that anyway. Yeah. They'll get to Edoras and probably have a rest. Yeah. So I think you only have to worry about these 2 scenarios. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I've played it a few times before. I think it's a really cool scenario, and so we will now show you the forces and show you the board. So here are the relatively small forces of good. We have Frodo Baggins trying to escape. We have Gimli, son of Gloin, Legolas Greenleaf, and Aragorn looking suitably Amon-Hen with a bit of added Helm's Deep chainmail. And that is the good force. And here is the evil force. So we have the leader of the evil force, which is Lurtz, in one of my favourite models. That's the awesome fire and bow pose. And there is an Uruk-hai captain, just a generic Uruk-hai captain who we are having played by Ugluk because it's quite thematic that he'd be there. And they are leading 6 Uruk-hai scouts with bows and 12 Uruk-hai scouts with shields. So remember, these guys all come back on a roll of 4+ once they're dead. Once they're dead. And we'll now show you the board. And here is the board, starting off with the forested flats of Amon-Hen and moving up to, oh look at that, the rather awesome Amon-Hen board that we've set up using this cool mountain built by the magnificent Rick Fryer, which kind of works really, really well for Amon-Hen. So we've set up a kind of seeing sea area up there. You can see Aragorn and Frodo in there where they start the game, and kind of put some trees to represent the hill that they run down. So Frodo is going to start there and has to run all the way down here and off that board edge to get good victory. And that will be that. And so we will, start the game. So this is how the board looks after deployment. So we have Aragorn and Frodo in here by the CNC about to start running, and then all the scouts running on behind them. There's Lurtz leading them, and then down here is the scout captain and all the scouts there about to run down the hill. It's a scenario, so good automatically get priority. So Steve is off, and we'll come back after movement. Okay, so here's how the board's looking after movement. Frodo and Sam have Aragorn have legged it down there. Aragorn's only moved 3, so we can get a cheeky shot off, and the orcs have all just kind of chased up over here. And the cheeky shot we spoke of is a terrible, terrible miss, even with my point.
I may as well use them 3.
Yeah? Make it 3?
Yeah.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, he hits on 3. Oh, that's unacceptable. So is it an archer?
Yeah, an archer, yeah.
So that's only a 5 to kill. Yeah, 3 might?
3 might.
And that is the end of the turn. So we move on to the priority roll for turn 2. Steve gets a 4. Evil gets a 5. They're going to get the jump on Aragorn. Unless...
Heroic move.
Who knew? We'll come back after that. Okay, so a fairly important roll very early on. Aragorn has called a free heroic move, but it's been countered by Lurtz lurking in there. And we are going to do the crucial roll off for Steve. Oh, he's got a 5, it goes to good. And so Aragorn and Frodo will escape for at least one more turn. Well done. Okay, so with Aragorn winning the roll-off, he has legged it down there, and Frodo, as you can see, has put on the ring. Frodo, don't wear the ring. And then all these orcs run on here. Lurtz didn't call with me after having lost the heroic move, so they didn't have to end within 6 inches of him, but they are spreading out across the hill, chasing Aragorn, whose shoot phase it is, so he's going to have another pop at...
Lurtz.
No. Straight at Lurtz. He's hit on a 4. Lurtz's defense 5, so he needs a 6. Oh, it's a 4. 2 points of might?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Go on. And so we go into priority for turn 3. Good on, you get a 2. Evil get a 6. It goes to Evil. Thoughts?
Right
move from Aragorn, of course.
Yeah.
And I will counter once more with Lurtz. So we go to the roll off. Oh, and it goes to Evil this time. That is very exciting. Thankfully, though, Frodo is wearing the ring. So we will come back after I've moved. Okay, so here is how things look after movement. It's not after movement because Frodo hasn't moved. So would you like to move Frodo? It's got a roll of dice, of course. So it's a 3+ for Steve to move him. Oh, he's alright. Frodo's off. Look at it. Remember, we're using the old ring rules, which means I can't charge him at all. It's not. I don't have to take courage tests. It's just completely invisible to me. No. So all my other scouts moved up here, and getting the benefit of the heroic move, Lurtz and 5 Uruks jumped on Aragorn there, and we will be going into fight phase. Again, remember, no. It's the old rule, so there's no heroic strikes here. So Steve really needs a 6. He's got a 4 highest. It is awful.
That's bad.
It's awful from the young lad.
It's bad, that.
So I've got 5 scouts, and Lurtz is in purple. So we've got Lurtz, who gets a 5, and the scouts, who get a 6.
I'm gonna have to.
2 points of might.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
It's a poor start from young Aragorn. Uses 2 points of might to win the fight. Who's he going for? Lurtz has only got 1 point of might left.
Everything at Lurtz.
Everything at Lurtz. So it's 5 to wound him. I want to film in your face.
2.
So he does 2 wounds on Lurtz, who hasn't been touched yet. So he just has to pass his 1 fate point. He's got 1 might left, so he needs a 3 up to stay alive. He passes it. So he's down to 1 wound and no fate. But Aragorn survives.
That'll do.
Okay, so we're going to roll priority for turn 4. Steve gets... He gets a 6, it's good, and Evil get, I don't know if it matters, get a 5. So it goes to good. And we go into turn 4, which is, crucially for Steve, the first turn where Legolas and Gimli can potentially get onto the board. So, with that in mind, let me have a look at the board, and I might do a heroic. Okay, so Aragorn was kind of trapped by this ring, so I didn't call a heroic. He's legged it around there, and charged into that guy, and he's now going to move Frodo to make his ring roll. Oh, it's a 3, he's fine, and he's off! He's running for the board edge! Run! And that's the end of the good movement phase. So Steve now gets to roll for Legolas and Gimli. He needs to roll a dice and add it to the turn number. The turn number is 4.
So
if he can get to 10, he will pass. He needs a 6. He will pass. Oh, it's a 5. Is that cocked? It's cocked.
It's cocked.
It's cocked. Oh, it's a 2. It's worse. Is that cocked?
Can we have them together? Yeah, it's cocked.
So we go into my move phase, and I'll be charging all up in Aragorn's business. And so here's how things are looking after movement. Frodo has legged it down the hill. He's now over halfway. And then as we go up the hill, we see that the hill is swarming with orcs. It's looking very, very cool. Run down towards him. And Aragorn has been charged by Lurtz, and 3 this time. So we're going to go straight into the fight phase. Can Steve do better than last turn and get that magic 6 he needs? He's got a 6. He's done it. Aragorn's alright. What is he chucking up? He's at 3. He's at 2 guys who only needs 4s to wound. And Lurtz has got 1 wound left.
And he needs 5s?
He needs 5 against Lurtz, and Lurtz does have a might point left.
I'm going to go first. I'll do them individually. First one at Lurtz.
Yep.
I've got a 3 might, yeah.
You do have your 3 might. Yeah. Oh, you're using that, yeah?
Yeah.
Lurtz has fallen. He's obviously not dead. He's just knocked out, so he can come back later. Oh.
And then 2.
And then 2 needing 4s.
1.
And he gets 1. Probably quite closer to Frodo. And he goes off. So Aragorn notches up another 2 kills for the campaign. And we realise that this is a deeply unfair scenario for Boromir, in that Aragorn is just chopping his way through Uruk. So he gets off the ground with 2 guys going. Okay, so we now go into the priority roll for turn 5. Steve gets. He gets a 1. It's not good. And Evil gets a 5. And so does Aragorn want to use his right move?
No.
No, he's going to stay there. Probably more used to him in combat. And it's Evil's move. So can't really do anything with Frodo, so I'll just have to move around a bit. Okay, so Steve probably wisely chose to keep his free might point for a heroic move, and Aragorn's been charged by 5 guys. The rest of the orcs swarm down this hill, chasing Frodo's behind that tree. Can't see him for some reason, but he's invisible. And Steve's now going to take his ring roll.
Test, yeah.
So 3+. Oh, he passes again, so Frodo runs another 4 inches towards safety. And now at the end of the good movement phase, Steve gets to roll for Legolas and Gimli. It is turn 5, so Steve needs a 5 or more to get them on. Oh, no way! He gets them on at the second time of asking.
Boom.
This is very bad news for the Uruks.
Can't charge though, can I?
They can't charge. Oh, and I had 1 orc who died, so I get him on a 4+. No, obviously, don't need him. So Steve will be moving Legolas and Gimli on, and then probably having some shots with Legolas, I would have thought, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so Steve moved Legolas and Gimli on to that board edge there, and we're going to have a bit of shooting, because Legolas has got 3 shots, and Gimli has got his throwing axe.
Yeah, so Gimli first.
Gimli's throwing axe first.
At this guy.
At that bowman there, he's a 5+. Oh, he misses. And then Legolas 3 shots, and he's going for 1, 2,
prioritising this one.
Yeah. 3's to hit. 1, 2. He's got 3 hits. Old rules, no movement penalties. 5's to wound.
2.
2 dead. That is outstanding from Leggy. Classic Amon-Hen shooting.
You don't mess about.
Ah, it's good stuff. And so we go straight on into the fight phase.
Yep.
Which is over here, which is Aragorn with his free might point against 5 Uruks. Surely.
That is poor.
He's got
3 highest.
He's got a 3 highest, which means
he needs a 6.
Even if he uses all of his might.
Shucks.
Right, okay, I'm going to roll these one at a time, because that will make it statistically less likely for me to get the 6. 5, 2, 5, 1. So, would Aragorn like to use his last store point and his free one?
I got
a 3 highest.
I'm going to have to.
Yep. Otherwise you'll be facing 10 attacks.
I'm going to have to, yeah.
Yep, alright. Okay, so Aragorn is now completely out of might. But he has 1. Yes. And there's 1 guy with a bow who will kill on a 4, and the rest of them are all with shields.
Yeah, prioritise the guy with a bow.
He'll need a 4, so you roll him differently. New. You know, it's times like these that a 3 point of might would be incredibly helpful. Triple 3s.
3 3s.
It's not good for Aragorn.
Come on.
I don't know what Aragorn's up to in this game, but he's not happy. But he does survive, importantly. And so we go into priority for turn 6, although the turn number doesn't matter anymore because Legolas and Gimli are on. So I get, as evil, a 3,
4,
and that man gets a 4. So it's evil priority, and I might do a heroic of some sort. I'll come back when I find out.
Okay.
So I've decided not to call a heroic with my Uruk captain, so we go to Steve's move, and he's starting with Frodo's ring roll. Oh, he's got 6. He loves it. So he will be racing away towards hopeful safety. Still got a fair long way to go. And then we'll go on to the rest of Steve's moves, and we'll come back after movement. Okay, so here we are at the end of movement. As you saw, Frodo's legged it off down there, and I've sent a few orcs running after him in the hopes that he takes the ring off. Not, naively, but if I get control of him. Legolas is charging into 1 scout, and Gimli is fighting the Uruk captain and 1 scout. And over here, Choky is fighting 4 Uruk scouts. So it is your priority, I believe?
Yes.
So where do you want to start?
Start with Aragorn.
Aragorn, okay. He's got his 3 might points.
Yep.
So he only needs a 5.
6.
Oh, he's got it this time. Good work. He needs 5s to wound all of them. He's still got his 3 might point. 1.
1, 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Wicked. So he's killed 2 of them. Good work for Aragorn.
There's 2 more for Aragorn.
Good stuff.
Back off.
Back off.
Let's do Gimli.
Gimli find an Uruk captain and a scout. Obviously he only needs to get a 6. He gets
4 highest.
4 highest?
Yeah.
That's fairly terrible. So the scout captain gets a 6. So I've won that, unless he uses 2 points of might. The scout captain needs 6s to wound him. The scout will need a 6 as well.
It's just 6s.
Take the hits.
Yeah.
So the scout captain is in purple, and the scout is in red. So straight up 6s. That's a 6 from the scout captain. Oh, and a 4. Oh.
2 points of might.
No, that's all my might on the table. No, I'll just settle for the 1.
8.
Taking it?
I'll take the wound.
Take the wound? Okay, fair enough. And then we go into Legolas' combat.
Legolas, yeah.
He's just fighting 1 scout. It's a 3 and
the
3 highest, but he's only fighting 1 scout who manages to win.
5. I like that.
He's that's very decent of me. He's only defense 4, so 4 to wound, and I mess it up. And that is the end of the turn. So we go into priority. Pretty good result for evil there.
6.
He's a 6. Does it matter? No, it goes to evil. Okay, so when I said it goes to evil, I did of course mean it goes to good. So it's Steve's priority, and he's going to roll for Frodo. Oh, he's done it again. He's worked out how to roll the ring in this scenario, and Frodo is legging it. I really, really need him to fail one of those. And with that, Steve's going to move on to the rest of his moves, and we'll come back after movement. Okay, so here's how things look after movement. We're very much going down 1 flank. We have Frodo making a run for it. Legolas has been charged by 2. Gimli's been charged by the captain and 2. And Aragorn's only fighting 2 this turn, so I might have a chance. I've also got 5 dead ones, but because they're chosen by the player who... The table side is chosen by the player with priority, I'm choosing not to roll for them, which we decided you could do.
Yep.
Until I've got priority back, because otherwise Steve will put them over there or something. So we go straight into the fight phase. And where are we starting?
Aragorn against 2.
With his 3 might point. You would think. It's a 5 highest, so can we make him use the might point? We cannot, so Aragorn wins on his own merits.
You doing 5s?
In 5s. That's a 6. He's got 2. He's got both of them. This is awful.
That's his winning ways. 2.
Well, 2 for Aragorn.
Yeah.
Next up,
Gimli.
Gimli against a captain and 2.
Yeah.
Gimli's only got a 4 highest. This is good. So the captain is in purple. Weak old wounded Gimli. 4 highest. Captain gets a 6. It's the same again.
And his 6s needed.
Straight 6s. And he's now got 1 wound and 2 fate. He does have 3 might.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the might.
Yeah. Probably wise in that one. So Gimli uses 2 might.
Yeah.
Wins the fight.
How much might has the captain got left?
The captain's still got 2.
I'll everything on the captain.
Okay, so he needs 5s to wound the captain. That's just the 1 wound.
Yeah.
I'll roll the fate, and then you can decide if you want to might that. He has failed his fate, so he's down to 1 wound.
Yep.
So if Gimli was to might it, he would.
That's him out of might.
You what?
That'd be Gimli out of might.
It'd be Gimli out of might, but the captain would be dead, taking my last might on the table.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay, so the captain's dead.
His dad's
Good choice from Gimli.
As my friend Jamie Giblin would say.
Absolutely. He loves a bit of that. Good work from Gimli there. He's over in that one. And that just leaves Legolas fighting 2 orcs.
Yep.
So Leggy gets
6.
It's a 6. Excellent work from Leggy. He needs a 4 to wound one and a 5 to wound the other. So
4s? 5s first.
Yep. Odd choice. Oh, a mistake.
Oh,
why would you
hit
do
the wrong
that?
way round. It's getting late.
Kill the archer. You do that first. 5 to kill the other one. Oh, well, he kills the archer.
So it worked
Good
out.
work. And that is the end of the turn. And we go into priority. Good. Get a 3. An evil. Get a 5. So it goes to evil. And we'll come back once. Aragorn's probably called his free heroic move. So Aragorn uses 3 might points to call a heroic move just to basically get away from them and kind of legged it out here. And in my move, I then charged in here, trapping Legolas and charging 2 guys into Gimli. And at the end of my move, I've got all these reinforcements come in. So I've got 4 Uruk archers. So on a 4+, I get those back. 2, I get 3 of those back. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And I've got 4 Uruks with shields. And I get back on a 4. Oh dear. I get back on a 4+, and I get 2 of those. So 2 bows and 3 shields.
Yeah.
No, the other way around. 3 bows and 2 shields are coming on, and we'll come back after Steve's move.
Yes.
So I moved on all my little reinforcements down there to kind of block the way, but unfortunately I can't really block the way. This invisible guy, unless he rolls a 1 or a 2. Oh, he's done it! Now I remember from there it is. He knows. Point a mic from Frodo to pass the test, and off he goes. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Now that looks to me like he's 2 turns away from victory. Is that right?
6.
Is that why you moved Aragorn out there? Because you just don't count on him in combat. He's just like, I don't want him
lost all
fighting.
confidence in him, that's what it is.
Alright, and so with that we will go into the fight phase.
Yes.
So we've got, let's do Gimli first, because he would be trapped at the moment because of Legolas's fight. But he's going to get 6.
5.
He's going to get a 5 highest, and the scouts get a 3.
Yeah.
And he's got a bow and a shield, so he needs a 4 to win one and 5 to win the other.
5s.
Why do you keep doing it?
5s.
Kill the bow.
Yeah. I did it the wrong way around again.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, they're dead. You can have them. Because you're making ridiculous decisions.
I'm tired, I'm very tired.
So that's 2 for Gimli.
Yeah.
Which leaves us with Legolas's fight. And he better get a 6, otherwise he's going to be in a spot of bother here. He's got 5. It's alright, he can might it. And he doesn't need to, because I only get a 5 highest.
Nice.
So he
All
needs
shields?
5s, presumably the ones behind him. And he kills one of them. Good work from Leggy.
Legolas.
And that is the end of the turn, and so we go into the priority roll for the next turn. Goes
come on.
2 for good, and 1 for evil, so I won't get a chance to get reinforcements this time. This is a problem. And we'll come back after Steve's move. You don't want to know what we're laughing about. So we're starting off with Steve's priority, and he's going to make Frodo's ring roll. He's passed, so he's off.
I've made it.
Just 1 more successful ring roll from Frodo will mean that he's off the board, giving good victory, which is a disaster. So next up, we'll just have Steve's remaining moves, I guess.
Yeah.
And we'll be off. Okay, so here's how things look at the end of movement. Aragorn has been trapped and is fighting 3 orcs there. He still has his 3 might point there. Gimli's fighting 1. Legolas has been, he's not trapped, but he's fighting 3. And Frodo very close to the wood edge. I've put this kind of wall of Uruks, which he can absolutely move through, but on some slim chance I managed to get the ring off him, which I think might actually be impossible. We might have a chance there. So we'll go into the fight phase.
Okay. So Legolas got all 3 left.
Legolas does. Bear in mind it's a campaign.
Yeah.
They're not toys. He's also only got 2 attacks.
Very true.
So, do you rate his chances in this heroic combat, viewers?
Okay, let's start with Gimli.
Gimli, okay, finally gets 1.
Yeah.
Gimli gets a 4 highest.
Come on.
And the scout gets a 5. And remarkable as this sounds, this scout could kill him.
Do it.
Presumably he doesn't want to use might.
No.
He needs a 6 to wound.
No. Aragorn?
Yep, Aragorn fighting against 3 scouts. He's
4
It's a 4 highest, even with his 3 might point. Which means if I get a 6, there's nothing Aragorn could do about this. Oh, that's a 5.
3 point might.
3 point mark from Steve to win the fight. He needs 5s against 2 of them and 4s against 1. Which one's which?
5s first.
Yep.
No.
You've done it 3 times. Kill the archer. 4s first. Kill the easy ones first. What's wrong with you, man? And then we got Leggy.
Legolas.
Fighting 3 scouts. He gets a 5 highest and the scouts gets a 5 highest. So it goes to Leggy. He needs 5s to kill. And it doesn't kill either.
On.
And that is the end of the turn. And so we go into priority for the next turn.
Yeah.
Good get. You get a 1. Eve will get a 3. And we will come back after anything's been decided. Okay, so in my movement phase, Aragorn's been trapped by 3, Gimli is fighting 1, and Legolas is fighting 2. And I'm going to my reinforcements. So I have 2 bows, both of whom don't come on. And I have 5 guys with shields, in 4s. And I get all 5 of them on. That's wonderful. But it's quite possible that it won't matter. So what we're going to do is roll to see if Steve can make Frodo's ring. And to confirm, he has a point of might. He needs to roll a 3+, so anything but a 1. Oh, he's made it. And Frodo runs through that gap and off to Oh, he's got to take the ring off, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's got to take the ring off, we said.
So
Oh, no, he doesn't. He's gone. He's fine, yeah.
He's alright?
That's right, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, he's off. And with that, there is a slim chance, before I deploy all these models, that I can kill Aragorn, which is one of the victory conditions, and claim a draw. So Aragorn, with his 3 point of might, gets a 6. So he does it anyway. And how many? Might as well play out the turns for the kills. 5s.
1.
And he's 3 point of might, so he kills 2. And Gimli is fighting 1 scout. He gets a 4 highest. Scout gets a 2. Does Gimli kill him? He does not. 1, 2, 3. And Legolas is fighting 2 Uruk scouts. So 1 and...
Ah!
1. The scouts have got it.
That's my rolling.
4s to wound Legolas. That's 2 wounds on Legolas. It's fate.
Fate.
Fail. Failed.
He's got 3.
Yep. Passed. He's down to 1 wound and no fate. That was a bit tragic.
A bit.
And with that, the game has ended. And we shall have a shake and go into post-battle background breakdown. Okay, so we are now going to roll for their stats and see what they got back. So beginning with Frodo, who successfully escaped, he only used a point of might. So he needs a 4+. With Aragorn and a 4, so it makes it a 3+. Does he get back? There's a cup dice. He only gets a 2. And I think Hobbits... I'll have to check with Jamie. Just re-roll it. It doesn't matter. Fantastic. I think Hobbits can re-roll one of the things. It might just be Wednesday. But it doesn't matter because you were just awful.
Yes.
So Frodo's still down to 1 might. So next up we go for Legolas, who was doing well until the last turn. But he's got to get 1 wound back on a 3+ because of Aragorn. Which he does. And he's got 3 fate points to get back. Remember, he needed none of this 5 minutes ago. All on a 3+. And he gets 1 of them back. So he's back up to 2 wounds and 1 fate. Put that on. Good stuff. And next up we will do Gimli.
Yeah.
Who used... He just took a wound and used all his might. So 1 wound. He gets the extra +1.
Yeah.
So it's a 2+. So
2 + 1 dice.
Go for his might first, because then if you want, you can use his might to boost the wound.
Right.
So 2+ to get his might back. He gets all 3 might back, and then 1 dice for a 2+ to get his wound back. And he gets that back. So Gimli is back up to full health, which just leaves Aragorn, who had a very bad start to the game, and has 3 points of might to get back on a 3+. And he only gets 1 back. He can. Now this is where he gets 1. No, he can't use a might point to.
It's a gain of might.
Yeah, he can. He can. If you want, you can use that might point to boost that one, which means he'll only have 1 in the next game, but then he will have 2 to get back.
Okay.
That makes some sort of sense. So he gets this one back, so he's got 1 might.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can use your might to turn that into a pass.
Right, okay.
So then in the next game, he'll only get that back. But at the end of the next game, he's got 2 to roll for.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, so he's back up to 2 might, but only 1 for the next game.
Yeah.
And with that, we will go into a post-battle bat rep breakdown. Okay, and welcome to the post-battle bat rep breakdown. That was Aragorn's stand. I don't think we actually said the name of it, maybe.
I don't remember you saying it now.
But it'll be just down there in the title, so you don't mind. And that was another victory to good to Mr. Steve. Well done, sir.
Just about.
Just
In the end.
What do you think of that scenario?
Yeah, it's a nice little scenario. It's
good.
It's quick. It's fun. It's very thematic. It's good.
We were just talking about it, and the Amon-Hen ones I think are just great because it really looks like the film.
Yeah.
You have the kind of what seems like the right number of orcs chasing the right number of fellowship and stuff.
Yeah.
And on that incredible hill piece of scenery by Mr. Rick Fryer, I think it looked really good. Having that chase running down it.
Yeah.
So it was good fun. You weren't really troubled.
No, the only thing that was troubling was my dice roller. That was it. Wasn't really troubled by the Force, but you know.
I think one of the things we did talk about in that, but that would have stopped that is we made a house rule years ago when we used to play this that Frodo had to take the ring off before he escaped, which then meant in that situation he couldn't have just legged it off. And I don't know if maybe you need that, but then equally, particularly in a campaign, I think if you're just playing it as a standalone game, you might want that. But in a campaign, you know, they got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. I think the issue, if we'd have played that, you were able to roll again to bring more on. Realistically, just put a line on the back.
You just keep doing it. Yeah.
So
I guess that's where the original rule about they might be coming on up there.
Yeah.
But I just remember playing it in the past, and if good just get priority for 3 turns in a row, the game's over because all the orcs are out there. Yeah. Maybe it's a random board edge thing. It might be nice. You know, making it a kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evil player chooses, 6 good player chooses, something like that.
Or a zone, like they do, like a deployment zone type thing, rather than a board edge.
But it's not. I really like how it recreates the film. You know, with Frodo legging it, Aragorn just cutting through his way through tons of orcs.
Yeah.
That would have done him no harm for the campaign kill tally, by the way, for anyone keeping track of this, because in that game, Aragorn killed 9 orcs, Leggy killed 4, and Gimli killed 3, which means Aragorn is now on
17?
47.
Oh, altogether?
Yeah, altogether he's on 47, tying with Boromir. Aragorn and Boromir are currently tying, but the next scenario is Boromir against a load of Uruks. So with no one else to steal kills from him. So
get a tally up.
It should be a good time for Boromir. But yeah, top scenario that. I'll really recommend that if anyone wants to give it a go. It was a shame. Was it Aragorn? Did he have to use 2 might very quickly, or was it 1?
Yeah, early on, just like
I think like turn 2 or something.
Didn't have a choice because I was trapped.
Yeah.
I had to use it, but
it's very old school SPG that I think just absolutely counting on your heroes against tons and tons of war. And it's nice. It's nice to not have Lurtz and the captain heroic striking. Yeah. And kind of tricking their way to victory. Yeah, because I think the scenario was made for the Uruks just to whittle down the stats of the good heroes for you to just burn through your might to win fights. It's not meant to be about kind of getting them in one. It's meant to be about them hacking their way through loads. Because all total was at 9, 13, 16. The Fellowship killed 16 like orcs there. That's a fair old whack. Yeah. And I think they were in a pretty good state. Although Gimli and Aragorn both out of might. Yeah. But they're in a good old way to start chopping away. But I have done some damage. I did do some damage, I tried my best. But almost everything came back. Legolas is only on 1 fate, and Aragorn's only on 1 might for the next game, and Frodo's only on 1 might. So, although Frodo's off now. Yeah. That's Frodo sailing away out of the Fellowship. Yes, he's onto a boat. He's alright. You'll see him some months in the future. I think in the Dead Marshes. No, the Taming of Smeagol. That's the next time you see Frodo. Right, so look out for that. But top scenario, that's Aragorn's stand, and we're now going to move on to the penultimate scenario of the campaign, which I think is called Boromir's Redemption. Yeah. I think. That's pretty cool. But it's Boromir and Merry and Pippin against a load of Uruks. Yeah. So look out for that one next week. Until then, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Always the same. You've done it again. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Support your hobby. A peace strategy battle game. Very good. Alright. Yeah, much better.
getting there.
Kind of the same.